Hi everyone. Today we're going to present Pobuca Experience Cloud and see the relevant demo of our solution. So just let me share my screen first of all to start with the presentation. Great. Hopefully you're now able to see my screen. So our vision of Pobuca is to be the next global leader that will disrupt customer experience for brands and retailers. Today, we're going to see in detail the solution of Pobuca Experience Cloud and what are the benefits that we can offer for brands and retailers. Now, Pobuca has 110 employees and makes almost 5 million euros in revenue. Pobuca Experience Cloud is an award-winning customer experience and loyalty platform for brands and retailers based on artificial intelligence technology. And we have invested more than 7 million euros to our software in the last 5 years. Now, since 2016, we have started our global expansion, and now we have customers in 37 countries and local offices in 4 countries. Now, in Pobuca, we consider loyalty as part of the overall customer experience that an organization is offering. Something that is much more broader than just providing loyalty points and rewards to the customers. In our case, loyalty is one of the most important tools of customer experience with which you can track the behavior of your customers. Either we're talking about transactional behavior or online behavior or preference, etc. Now, with Pobuca, we are covering the whole spectrum of needs that an organization is faces with regards to the customer experience optimization. So the first step for us is to measure for our clients the customer experience that they are offering at this moment to their customers and identify areas that need further improvement. This can be done with Pobuca Measure, which is the first solution depicted here in my slide as the first step in the circle. That it is leveraging the power of artificial intelligence in order to generate customer experience metrics and voice of customer insights from data of conversations, from natural conversations that the customers have with the organization through the various touch points. Now, in the second step of the circle, you can find the design phase. Here we're referring to all the consulting services that we are offering in Pobuca, with which you can make your own, you can design your customer experience strategy, or even you can design in detail your loyalty program based on your on the specific needs of your organization. Now, in the first step, you can see the improve offering, under which we have included the implementation of any customer experience project or loyalty project that you decide or your organization to proceed to. Now, after the implementation of any customer experience and loyalty project, we are also able to see the impact of the relevant project on the original customer experience metrics that we have generated with Pobuca Measure. This means that with the whole Pobuca Experience Cloud, you will be able to measure the advantage, the extra value in terms of customer experience that any project that you have implemented has brought to your company. Now, in this slide, you can see all these the three different offerings, along with the features that that are included for each and every one of them. You can also find more details about every feature in our website, pobuca.com. And it is also very useful to state here that our solution is a modular solution based on which we can offer you a mix and match combination of different features according to the needs of your organization. Now, let's start with Pobuca Measure, which is our solution, as I said previously, that enables our customers to measure the customer experience that they are offering based on dark data, based on this valuable resource of information that they have, which is the communications that they have at their disposal with the customers. Now, on the left side of my screen of the slide, you can see the different customer touch points through which we can collect all this information. So Pobuca Experience Cloud can be integrated with your call center to receive the material of recorded phone calls. Can be also integrated with different chats or bots that you have activated, and receive all these conversations, direct conversations with your customers, or even receive email threads through an integration with specific email accounts. And also we can get all the data available that you have in your social media accounts, like customers' comments, customers' interactions, and the reviews that you have at your disposal. With all the material for the different physical stores or for your organization, your brand, in the relevant channel. Now, by analyzing all this information, we're able to create specific segments of customers with the same need. We are able to identify thematics and topics of interest for your customers, which can be common for the different touch points through which they have communicated with your organization. And we can generate, as we said previously, customer experience and loyalty metrics based on this data, and even generate insights about the voice of customer. Now, as an example here of a relevant insight, it would be to find out the fact that customers need a new service, like, let's say, to be able to pick a specific delivery slot when finishing their online order. So this is something most probably that you wouldn't be able to find out unless you had Pobuca Measure, unless you had customer feedback management solution at your disposal. Now, in addition, Pobuca Measure might offer evaluations of performance for your customer service team, which means that we are able to track the way that the agents are responding to your customers in these communications that we have stated previously. So we can track whether they are answering in a formal way, how much time they need in order to respond for first time to a specific customer request, etc. At this point, I would like to show you a rather brief demo of the relevant solution. So let me share again my screen. So here, what you see is the main interface of Pobuca Measure. At the left side of my screen, you can see the relevant menu. So the first tab represents the dashboards, includes the relevant dashboards. So as I said previously, what we are generating with Pobuca Measure are specific customer experience metrics, some social media insights, metrics regarding the performance of the customer service, insights about the voice of customer, and we are also generating some results that compare the performance of your organization to the performance of selected competitors from your side. Now, in our example, the company based on which we are showing this demo is Zeben Cosmetics. It is the company that we're using in our demos. Zeben Cosmetics is a B2C company that produces and sells cosmetics through different channels and has a very strong presence in their social media, and also has some channels of communication, different channels of communication with their customers. Now, going back to the menu, apart from the dashboard tab, you can see also the profiles tab, under which you will be able to see all the information gathered from the different touch points for the customers that have communicated with your organization. So you can see information like their first and last name, their phone number, their gender, and whatever else you can get from the exact communication that they have that they made. Now, under the tab of conversations, you will be able to find the total conversations that Pobuca Measure analyzed. So you can see here that we are able to create specific segments based on our criteria. Here, for demo reasons, we have created several segments like the customers that contacted Zeben Cosmetics through Facebook Messenger, the ones that left an Instagram message, the ones that have commented under a Facebook post of the same company, all the communication that came through the Google reviews, and the communications for which the organization Zeben Cosmetics has responded quite quickly. Now, in my screen also, you can see another segment, another area under the customer experience alerts name, where you can find specific segments of customers, where we have selected specific criteria that should be considered as a customer experience alert for the organization. So the first customer experience alert in our example is that we wanted, first of all, to get the list of the customers that communicated with Zeben Cosmetics and they provided a negative customer feedback. The second example refers to the dialogues of the customers that stated that they had issues with the delivery of their order. So what you can do here is, first of all, to select, let's say, one of the dialogues and see in detail the communication, the comment of the customer. Here you can see that we have a comment under a post of Zeben Cosmetics from a specific customer, and here you can see also the response of the agent that followed the comment from the part of the customer. Again, you are able to see all the results from the automatic process that our solution runs in order to identify the thematic of the dialogue, to identify the sentiment of the dialogue, both for the customer and for the agent. Now, going back to the menu of our solution, you can also see a tab with the trades, with all the different things that we would like to identify during the analysis of the communications. You can see the tab of touch points that show which were the touch points to which we have been integrated in order to run only the analysis that you can see in our demo. So you can see also the tab of billing that provides information about the billing model under which is the current account of Zeben Cosmetics, and you can see also the tab of users, which is the details of the person that handles that can access Pobuca Measure and handles the relevant insights generated. Now, going back to the dashboard tab, we can start with the customer experience metrics here dashboard. So what you can get here is information for each and every different touch point, and we are reproducing the same customer experience metrics for the different touch points, as you will see in a while. So for the section of Facebook and Instagram interactions, you can see the type of information that you are going to access through Pobuca Measure. First of all, you will be able to see a table with the key tips and facts, the results from our analysis. Here, an example of these results is the fact that the positive to negative sentiment ratio seems to be significantly low. And the fact that according to best practices, the relevant analogy should be 1 to 4 or 5 to 1. While in our example, we can see that we have a positive to negative sentiment ratio of 0.2. This means that there is an area for improvement for this customer experience metric. Now, going to the rest of the graphs, I would like just to explain how you can interpret the relevant information. So in the same graph of positive to negative sentiment ratio, you can see first of all the number, the metric in a specific color. So we can see that the number is written in red, which means that you are in the top, in the lower 10% threshold of performance that we have here, based on the analysis that we have run for a quite large number of accounts. More than 50 accounts have been analyzed, and we have calculated some thresholds, specific ranges. So the red range means that you are in the bottom 10% of performance based on our analysis. The yellow area, the yellow range represents I would say the middle 80% of performance. It is the middle, let's say, level of performance for the relevant metric. And then we have also the green area, which is the top 10% of performance based on the analysis that we have run for all these accounts. So among the metrics that we are offering here are the average number of customer comments per post, the average number of reactions per post, the percentage of negative comments that you're receiving, the response rate on Facebook comments from your side, the response rate on negative Facebook comment from the side of the company. Here you can see, although that Ziben Cosmetic responses to almost to 91% of the comments that it receives, unfortunately, it responds to a lower percentage of negative Facebook comments, as something that has an area for further improvement. Additional metrics are the average first response time on Facebook comments and the average first response time on negative Facebook comments. In both cases, we can see that the Ziben Cosmetics does not perform very well. Now, proceeding to Google reviews section, you can see again the same structure of information, only that now it is focusing to the Google reviews analysis. The metrics remain the same. So you have pretty much the same type of information. And then under the section of the private interactions, you can find again into the same structure the relevant information for only the private interaction. In our demo, I would like to say that we have analyzed only Facebook Messenger interactions. So we're talking about written communications, instant communication through Facebook Messenger. But in any other case, we could have either email threads analysis or even a whole section for recorded phone calls analysis. Now let's proceed to the dashboard of social media insights. In this dashboard, you can find general information about the Facebook page activity of the company and the audience's feedback. So in the first section, you can find information about the number of posts per day of week, the number of customer comments per day of week, the number of reactions that you have received per day of week, etc. Under the audience's feedback, you can see the distribution of the reactions that you have received. Maybe the top 3 posts based on the number of reactions that they received, and an additional graph about the agent formality, the distribution of the agent formality that they have used in their responses. Now, under the customer service dashboard, you can find information focusing to the performance of the relevant team. So first of all, we're starting with a table with some key insights about the key service, the customer service performance. So here you can find that this month, the latest month, the agents were considered with a formality policy. So we identified that 81% of their messages were formal, something that most probably is satisfactory for Zibin Cosmetics, since this shows that there has been a specific direction regarding their team. Now, additional graphs are provided regarding the average first time response, the average handling time over time, the agent formality, the quick and slow responses that the customer received from the part of the agents, the number of dialogues that have been realized per day of week, the number of messenger dialogues per hour of day. So here we're trying to identify any rush hours, the number of unanswered requests, any topics that have been more frequently resolved by the agents. So here we have identified specific topics of interest from the part of the customers that have communicated through the different channels. And here we are trying to find out which were the most easier topics to be resolved by the agents, the ones that have been abandoned by the agents, the topics that made the agents to redirect the customer to another resource to receive the answer that he or she needed. And some topics that the outcome was that they will contact the customer in the future. And here you can see also a graph about the topics that have been abandoned by the customer with great consistency. Now, under the Voice of Customer tab, you can find insights about the discussion topics. Here again, we have different sections in the report, in the dashboard. So we have a section which focuses on public interactions. We have a section for the Google reviews and a section for the private interactions only. Again, the structure of the information provided is the same for each and every section. So let's see the public interactions section. Here we have a distribution of the different discussion topics that we have identified, a graph regarding the sentiment distribution per month of year, and some, let's say, combinational graphs about the sentiment for a discussion topic. Here we have a graph about the negative sentiment for its topic and the sentiment distribution for discussion topic. Here we're taking into consideration both the negative and the positive sentiments, and also the neutral. And again, here you have a table with the common complaints identified through the analysis of the public interactions. And the complaints here have been segmented based on the phase of the customer journey. So you can see here that in the order placing phase of the customer journey, the most common complaints from the part of the customers are the fact that they cannot use the loyalty points when they're trying to place their order, and the fact that they didn't receive, let's say, the proper customer service that they wanted when they were placing their order. Now, for the post-purchase phase, you can see different types of complaints, like the fact that they received an expired product, or the fact that they have received different products from the ones that they have ordered, etc. Now, under the competition section, you can find two different dashboards, one for the Facebook Messenger where you can compare the performance of your company and Zebin Cosmetics to the relevant performance of selected competitors. In our example, we have analyzed the activity of four competitors of Zebin Cosmetics in social media, in Facebook, in fact. So here you can see where Zebin Cosmetics stands compared to those competitors. Again, the metrics are the same that we have seen in the customer experience metrics dashboard, but here you're getting the view of the comparison to the competition. The same information is also available for the analysis of Google reviews. Again, we have the comparison to specific metrics towards the competition. Going back to our presentation of Pobuca Experience Cloud. We have covered the first step in the circle of the different the three steps that we're covering. And now we're proceeding to the part of design, the consulting services that we are offering as Pobuca. So as we said previously, in Pobuca, we have a specific, a dedicated team of experts that can handle the design of your loyalty strategy or your customer experience strategy. Specifically for the design of your loyalty program, we have a product which is called Discovery Phase or Loyalty Design Services that you can see in my slide. And the objective here is to design in detail the loyalty program that best addresses the needs of your organization. So the process here is, first of all, to define with you the corporate objectives of this loyalty scheme, to identify the customer needs, and share with you some best practices of the same industry, maybe in different countries, with you, just to provide some inspiration and get some ideas about your loyalty scheme. Now, in the second step, we would like to specify the solution characteristics of the relevant program. So to decide whether there are going to be some tiers, which would be the benefit per tier, which are going to be the personas or the different profiles of your customers, and also to suggest some affiliates or special benefits based on the type of your industry and your brand. In the third phase, we would like to define in detail the processes that the members will have to follow after the implementation of the loyalty project. So under the processes, we're considering the registration process, the process of reporting, the way that they're going to redeem their points, and also the way in which they're going to receive any customer support if needed. Last but not least, in the final stage of the process, we're going to agree on specific success factor and metrics that we would like to monitor after the implementation of the technological project in order to see whether the loyalty scheme is successful in terms of financial KPIs and some qualitative KPIs. Now, in this phase, we can also offer you a return on investment analysis, which is a specific process under which we're taking into consideration all the costs that can be generated from the relevant project and identify some scenarios through which we can be sure that you're going to receive the money back that you have invested and also produce some additional revenue from the relevant loyalty program. Now going to the third step of the original cycle that we saw, which are the types of projects that we can implement and how we can help our customers. First of all, we're helping our customers to unify all the information that they have for their customers in third-party systems. So we're helping them to get to know their customers better. The second step is to use all this information in order to increase customer engagement. So this means that you will be able to analyze the different types of informations and come up with specific segments of customers that need to be approached with specific content in the campaigns that they are receiving, or with a specific customer journeys. As you can understand, this includes as a process personalization. It can be a rather creative process for you and for our consulting team, in case that they are supporting you in the design of the communication strategy of the relevant program. Now, the third step is to implement a loyalty project. As we said, Pobuca has great expertise in designing and implementing loyalty schemes. So here, by creating a loyalty program, we'll be able to monitor the different actions of your customers, the different purchases. We'll be able to identify specific patterns and preferences from their part, and return this information in the customer communication strategy in order to become more efficient in terms of revenue. And last but not least, we're also offering and implementing customer service solutions. We're focusing mainly to the implementation of omni-channel customer service platforms. And we can also add on top of these solutions some Pobuca Experience Cloud features, like the Pobuca Knowledge feature, which can extract information and enrich your knowledge database, which is accessible from your agent based on the analysis of the dialogues that you have at your disposal. Now let's see in detail the 4 steps that we have stated in the previous slide. So as I said previously, we are helping you to create a 360 view of your customer by integrating all the customer related information and unify it into a one single point of truth, a one customer data platform, which is also GDPR compliant. Now, this customer data platform will include information about the buying behavior of your customer with the help of the loyalty scheme, the online behavior, so how they are browsing into their site, your eShop, and their responses to your campaigns or to service that you can run again through Pobuca Experience Cloud. Now, on top of this information, we can also add information coming from the customer service channel. So imagine that we can also get the content of their contact forms that they're sending and save this information under their profile, or even the dialogues that they are performing with your call center. At the end of the day, we will be able to run behavioral analysis and generate specific product recommendations for the different segments that we will identify. Now, the next step will be to engage your customers and create personalized experiences for them. How we can do that? We're offering a solution which is called customer engagement. With this solution, you will be able to send omnichannel campaigns with fully personalized content. You can use the name of your customer in the content of your communication, but you can use also results from the analysis that we have referred previously, like, let's say, the product recommendation for each and every customer. This means that the content can be dynamic for the different recipients of the campaign, of the communication. Now, the campaigns can be either ad hoc or triggered, and at the bottom of my slide, you can see the different channels that you can use to send those communications from Pobuca Experience Cloud. So the available channels are email, SMS, Viber, push notifications for mobile and web, and also Facebook Messenger. It is important to say here that we can also support the proximity marketing actions, since you can send campaigns and specific notifications based on the location of the customer. And of course, the execution of these campaigns can be real time. Now proceeding to our loyalty solution. With Pobuca Experience Cloud, you can reward your loyal customers and translate not only their purchases, but also some marketing actions into loyalty points. This means that you can give them a specific uh, you can provide additional points for any action that they do that shows that they're connected to their brand. So this could be, let's say, like to the post to a post of your organization in your Facebook account. It could be also to provide extra points whenever someone refers a friend to your loyalty scheme. So we are able to support any kind of uh, process flow or rules for extra points, and we can set up also rewards. I mean, we have a variety of rewards that we can support, like digital coupons, discounts, gifts, and all of them can be fully personalized. At the end of the day, the scope of the loyalty project will be to increase loyalty and maximize return on investment for your project. Here you can see more details about our loyalty solution. So with Pobuca Experience Cloud, you can support various loyalty types of programs. It can be either point and tier programs or discount programs, etc. We can implement different types of loyalty processes. So with regards to the registration process, you can either have in-store registration, online registration, or even social media login. Now we are offering also a coupon management solution, which allows you to have different types of offers in the context of your loyalty scheme, to set some basket rules and prerequisites in order to apply to activate an offer. And of course, we can have coupons that can be available either for store or for in-store or shop usage. Now, some additional functionalities that we are supporting are gamification elements and, of course, badges or missions. Which means that we are aiming to keep your customers, your loyalty members active and connected to the loyalty schemes that we are running through various incentives provided. Now, apart from that, we can also offer a digital marketplace of rewards for companies that are mainly offering services. So in the cases of telco companies or insurance companies, we can say that the customers consider as an important benefit the fact that they can use their points, they can be rewarded in a specific network of third partners. So this provides them the freedom to decide how they would like to use their points, or which are the benefits that they would like to have as members of the relevant loyalty scheme. Now, in the section of reporting and analytics, you can see here that we are offering real-time return on investment achievement dashboards. You can see, of course, all the results about the performance of your loyalty scheme, the transaction analytics, the results from the algorithms that I have referred previously, like the product recommendations, and of course the results of the segmentation analysis that you can run into our platform. In this slide, you can see additional technologies that we are supporting in order to provide a seamless customer experience in the context of a loyalty scheme. So we have the card linking technology, the receipt scanning, and the QR scanning. These are some indicative technologies that we are using based on the needs of the client that we have in front of us. Now, Pobuca Experience Cloud provides also customer touchpoints for the members of the loyalty scheme. This can be either a microsite, a mobile app, or even a chatbot. And these touchpoints allow your customers to manage their profile and preferences, to receive personalized offers and coupons, and access their history of transactions and communications. Of course, all of them are GDPR compliant. Now, for the cases where the company, our client, is a company that also has franchise stores, we're recommending the implementation of a store or partners portal. This solution offers your B2B partners a portal where they can view customer information and perform certain actions that are necessary for the functionality of the loyalty scheme. Now, this portal might allow your partner to view customer details, even with limited information if needed, to edit customers' information, to manually burn coupons, to confirm discounts and offers that they would like to include in the relevant loyalty program. Now, as we have already said, we are also offering the option to our clients to include a digital marketplace into their loyalty scheme and allowing their members to redeem in multiple partners. So this option gives the opportunity to your customers to select among different rewards based on their preferences. So how it works? You will be able to provide a digital marketplace to your loyal customers, in which they will be able to select their preferred rewards and redeem their points however they like. Now, proceeding to the insights that we are offering. Here in my slide, you can see the 3 different packages of insights provided by Pobuca Experience Cloud. Under the first package, we have the basic insights. So we have the reports about the campaign performance that you are sending from our solution, the service reports, the basic loyalty performance report that you can access, and a report based on the website analytics results. Now, under the section of advanced insights, you can find the segmentation analysis. In Pobuca, we are running with great consistency the RFM and behavioral analysis. We can also provide the return on investment analysis and fraud analysis, and also basket analysis, which is responsible for the identification of patterns in the purchases that your clients perform. Now, under the category of machine learning insights, you can find more advanced algorithms like the product recommendation algorithm, the churn analysis, and the early detection of VIP customers. Now, by completing the implementation of a customer experience or a loyalty project, we are also able to provide after-sales services in order to guide and support your team. As I said previously, we have a dedicated team of experts, of consultants that can provide operational support. So, which are the key areas of responsibilities that they can cover? First of all, they are responsible to evaluate your loyalty program by monitoring the different KPIs and providing a quarterly reporting to your company. Now, they can also They can also provide some suggestions regarding the creation, the content of targeted campaigns, and even implement the relevant campaigns and monitor their performance. They can also provide support in the interpretation of the advanced customer analytics results, and based on these results, come up with specific suggestions of targeted campaigns. And last but not least, they can offer their support to select affiliates for your programs and manage the gifts that most probably in some cases some companies decide to provide also physical gifts. So in that case, our team can handle all the gifts management processes necessary. Now in this slide, you can see the different logos of customers for who we have implemented customer experience and loyalty projects up to now. And I'm proceeding to selected case studies as the one of IKEA here. Just for you to better understand which are the needs that we have covered for each case study, for each customer, and which were the features that have been activated in each and every case. So in the case of IKEA, we have activated the Pobuca measure in order to analyze customer feedback from the different touch points that they are offering to their customers. So based on this solution, we were able to listen to the voice of customer with artificial intelligence and provide advanced customer analytics for this data. Our consultants took over the redesign of the pre-existing loyalty scheme. Now their objective was to optimize the customer engagement strategy, to monitor the performance of the loyalty scheme, and execute the relevant campaigns of their customer engagement strategy. Now, regarding the implementation of the project, what we did is was the fact that we have created a customer data platform that offers a 360 view of customer by integrating our platform to third-party systems. We have also activated the solution that allows you to IKEA to send personalized campaigns based on artificial intelligence analytics. We have redesigned and implemented, as I said, 2 loyalty programs, one for individuals and one for businesses. And of course, we have implemented a project to provide a seamless omnichannel customer service experience to our clients. Similar projects are the one for Intersport. Again, where many features of the different offerings of Pobuca Experience Cloud have been activated. And also Everest, which is, let's say, a quite heavy loyalty program, loyalty scheme that has invested in an omnichannel approach with their customers. So now I would like to proceed to a brief demo of Pobuca Experience Cloud. Let me just share again my screen. Great. So what you're seeing now is the interface of Microsoft Dynamics 365. On the left side of my screen, you can see that I have selected Pobuca platform. Again, here, the example based on which we are showing this demo is Zibben Cosmetics Company, the company that sells cosmetics through the different channels to their customers. So by selecting Pobuca platform option here in the menu, we will be able to unlock the menu here on the left side of my screen. And now, just for you to understand the meaning of a unified customer profile, let's see a contact for the relevant company for Sieben Cosmetics, which is Linda Cook. So in the profile of Linda Cook, you will be able to see all the contact information received from the registration of the loyalty member. So you will be able to access information about their name, the location, their address, etc. Under the tab of consents, you will be able to see the consents that she has given to us regarding the channels that we are able to communicate with her. Additional information about the registration that she has performed to our loyalty scheme. Under the tab of transactions, you will be able to access all the history of the invoices of the purchases that she has performed, any redeemed vouchers or redeemed gifts in the context of the loyalty scheme. And under the tab of the loyalty details, you will be able to find detailed information about the points of the transaction, the total loyalty points, the family connections that you might have to the loyalty scheme. So here you can find another person to who Linda is connected, and they are gathering together points in the Zibin Cosmetics loyalty scheme. In the table of vouchers, you can find any activated vouchers at the moment under this contact. And in the table of gifts, you will be able to see any activated gift that she can receive based on the amount of points that she has gathered up to now. Now, under the tab of interactions, you will see the history of campaigns that she has received and the way that she has responded to them, whether she has opened the relevant campaign or newsletter, whether she has followed the link included in the content, etc. In the table of survey interactions, you will be able to see the history of surveys that she has received and whether she has answered to all the questions or not. And under the website analytics, all the results from her prior visits to the website that we are tracking. In the customer scoring section, you can see the two different scores that we have generated as an indicators of the level of responsiveness that she has. Under the tab of cases, you will be able to see the history of the communications that she has performed, and of course, the topic of conversation. Under the tab of advanced insights, you will see the results of the advanced algorithm that we have referred during our presentation. So here you can find the results from the product recommendation algorithm, the result from the churn analysis, the customer scoring that we have generated for Linda, and the results from the segmentations analysis that we have run, one for the RFM analysis and one for the behavioral analysis that we have run up to now. Now, going to the entity of campaigns, you will be able to access all the different scenarios that you have created and also create some new ones, of course. Now, let's see an example from pre-existing campaign. Here, by creating a new one, a new scenario, a new campaign, you will have to fill in all this basic information and decide on the channel through which you would like to send the communication. In our example, in this specific scenario, we have selected to send an email. You will be also able to set the scenario type, whether it's going to be a one-time deal campaign or an advanced scenario of campaign. Now, for each and every case, you will be able also to set some criteria of success for the different campaigns. So in the case that you're promoting, you're sending a campaign to promote a specific product, you would like, of course, to set as a success criteria the fact, the case that the recipients are buying at the end of the day the product. So this tab allows you to make the relevant configuration here and monitor the success of its scenario. Of course, you can access a preview of the email. And let's see now the email editor. That you can use. So by selecting the tab of email editor, you can see here the dialog that opens. So here you can see that it is a quite user-friendly email editor in which you can add elements like text, image, etc. You can modify the sequence of the different elements by drag and drop. You can add some links here in your communication, etc. You can even preview the relevant email for different devices. Check if everything is okay and send it to your selected marketing list. Now let's see also an SMS scenario. Again, if you decide to send an SMS campaign, you will have to select as method the SMS channel. And use the SMS editor the Pobuca Experience Cloud provides. As you can see here, you can change the sender ID, the sender name. You can edit the text in your communication. You can add personalization, include an unsubscribe link, or certain links in your communication, and even select a preview recipient, so specific contact from your catalog. To see which is exact the content that she's going to receive. Now, under the entity of campaigns, you will be able to create your own marketing list, of course, based on your own criteria, which is a very basic functionality of Dynamics 365 CRM. It is rather user-friendly, and it will be any user can be is in a position to create his own marketing list and select whether it's going to be a static or a dynamic marketing list. Now, here you can see the entity of customer feedback under which you can design and create your own surveys. So let's see just what is going to be the result of the survey. So let's put together a preview of the survey that we have created in the past. So in the case of a survey, what we're generating is a link that can be sent to your customers. By following the relevant link, the customer can see, the survey and select and submit the answers. What is important is the fact that every answer is being saved under the profile of the contact and can be used also as a criteria for the creation of marketing lists. Now, under the entity of loyalty, you can configure the setup. You can set up your loyalty scheme. You can set up more than one loyalty schemes, in fact. Here we will enter into the Zip Cosmetics loyalty scheme, just for you to see how you can configure the details of your program. So under the tab configuration, you will have to set details like the points calculation type, the default points per value ratio, etc. You will be able to see some key information about the active loyalty membership points and the number of the users in the active tiers. Under the tab of tiers, you will be able to set all the information about the different tiers of your loyalty scheme and assign specific benefits per tier. Under the tab of product points, you will be able to set specific product categories over SKUs that can provide double points, let's say, promotional points in the context of your loyalty scheme. Under the tab of points expiration, you will be able to set in how many months you would like the points to be expired and what is going to be the notification that the members are going to receive prior to their expiration. Now, under the rewards area, you will be able to set automatic processes and flows that might provide additional points to your customers and create, of course, some vouchers that they can use when they are satisfying specific criteria. So here you can create specific reward campaigns like the 1+1 that we can see here as an example. You can create a specific reward for the middle tier of your scheme or for the bronze tier. Now, under the entity of gifts, you can manage and select the gifts that you would like to include, the physical gifts that you would like to include in your loyalty scheme, and even manage all the processes related to them. Now proceeding to reporting and the dashboards that we're providing. In Pobuca Experience Cloud, you will see some embedded Power BI dashboards that provide all the relevant information that we have seen in our presentation. So here you can see dashboards about the loyalty performance of your program. Information about the number of transactions that your customers, the loyalty members, have performed. Information about the transactions that have been performed per store. The number of redeemed coupon per date and store, etc. So another dashboard is the campaign's performance, where you can track the performance of each and every campaign that you send from Pobuca Experience Cloud. You can see all the scenarios that you have sent from our platform and even select a specific scenario to see how the metrics are changing. You can follow up and monitor the success of the scenarios through which you have sent specific coupons to your customers, and combine this information to the information of the relevant store. So to get, let's say, a report of how many customers from the specific physical store have opened the specific scenario, the campaign, and have used the coupon that we have sent them. So you can see also dashboards based on the results of the RFM analysis, based on the service reports and the website analytics, all this information that we have seen also in the relevant presentation. I think that we have covered pretty much everything in terms of the demo of Pobuca Experience Cloud. It is very important to understand that we are able to cover the whole spectrum of needs that your company might have with regards to the customer experience and loyalty projects. And I would like also to invite you to measure your customer experience and loyalty by visiting our website and registering to the free plan of Pobuca Measure. you will get an instant proof of the value that we can give to your company with regards to the insights generation based on the usage of artificial intelligence. Thank you for your attention. Bye.